Timmy from 7 Minutes in Heaven.
Hi.
So we are currently at the Pup Fresh tour. How has that tour been so far for you?
It's been awesome. This is the 5th show in, and it just keeps getting better and better. So I'm really stoked about it. I think it's awesome. I never would have expected it. I mean, I've only been doing this for I think 10 months now, if that, and it's just been I never would have thought people would come to me and be like, I look up to you, or you inspire me. I think it's really cool that I can just reach out to them and it's more of I don't look at myself as put myself on a pedestal at all. I just kind of I'm just their friend. I just kind of I don't know, it's crazy that people look at me like that.
That's why we're friends. So your fans do get kind of crazy. What has been kind of the craziest or kind of weirdest fan experience you've had so far?
The craziest? I mean, there's a lot of weird shit, but I think the craziest and the funniest is people would tweet me and be like, if you tweet me back, I'll crack an egg on my head. And I was like, you don't have to do that, but all right. And then people put toothpaste, covered their face in fucking toothpaste and literally cracked an egg on their head, put peanut butter, they're like, if you tweet me back, I'll do this.
They get fucking weird.
I just would troll them and quote tweet it and be like picture it didn't happen, or and they do it, and it was great.
So you said, you've been around for about 10 months. How did you get started and how did you become 7 Minutes in Heaven?
I think most of them are in here. 3 of them are in here. Late night reading, I have to give it all to them. Without them, just meeting Clayton, back last October, we were both opening for All Time Low at the Raid in Milwaukee, and we were both just shit-faced, and he came up to me, he's like, bro, I love your hair, man, I wish I had your hair, and I was like, dude, your hair is awesome, he had the jack hair, and I had highlights, so I had more of the Alex look, and I was like, dude, I just bring in pictures of Alex when I get my haircut, and he's like, dude, I'm gonna bring in pictures of you, we just became friends, and then kind of kept in touch a little bit, and then the end of January-ish, middle of it, he just kind of he posted this one tweet, and he's just like, yeah, I've been chatting with Timmy, check out his band 7 Minutes in Heaven, and I was at that point where I was giving up on Twitter, I had the same 300 followers from high school, and I was just you know what, this is useless, and then he posted that, and these people started following me, and I was just they're like, oh my god, and I had no, it was a whole new world for me, and then I just kind of took advantage of that and would tweet them back and just kind of built friendships with them, and it just kept growing and growing. And
yeah, you're at 20-something K right now.
Something I don't know. But back in January, I had 300 followers. I mean, I just have to give it up to Late Night Reading for everything, bringing me on tour, just being amazing people, and I can't thank them enough for that.
So is the Pup Fresh tour kind of your first big tour as your 7 Minutes in Heaven?
In August and September, that was my first performing tour. It was called the Tank Tops and Taillights tour. It was with Late Night Reading and This Is All Now. And then another band, The Picture Perfect, came in halfway, and that was a really great tour. That was, my first tour, and that was a really awesome, that was really fun. And then there's the Pup Fresh tour, and this has been going awesome so far. So it's we're hitting on the Pup Fresh tour, almost all the places we didn't hit on the Tank Tops tour. So, I mean, it's just, they've been equal and with outcome and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
So what has been the most memorable show that you've played? What's something that stood out to you?
I'd have to say when we played the Penny Road Pub in Chicago, well, it's Barrington in Illinois, and it was just crazy for me because I've had 7 Minutes in Heaven for almost 2 years now, and I've only up until the Tank Tops tour, I hadn't toured. I played maybe 4 shows, and 3 of those shows were in Chicago, and literally there's not a single person that came out for me. And then a few months later, less than a year later, we played the Penny Road Pub, and that was the beginning of September, and it was just the most memorable like experience. Like there's people, like the entire crowd was like singing so loud to my songs that I couldn't even hear myself, like through the PA system, like or I'm like in my head, like they were like overpowering like my guitar, my vocals, like, and it was like the most like for me that was like the most like touching, like memorable experience I've ever had.
So, you know, this tour is not that far into, but what are some of your must-haves that you have to have on tour?
What's that?
Must-haves. Like, what do you have to have when you're on tour?
Is this like, can I say whatever?
Yeah, go for it. I don't care.
I have to say, you know, well, I guess that's, I mean, a must-have. I'm kind of like overselling it, but you know, like booze is nice. I mean, so you know, it's cool.
What's your drink of choice?
My drink of choice would have to be Fireball. And if we're talking about beers, probably like Coors or something. But you know what? I'm not saying this because I'm only 20.
Thank you.
But must-haves.
Noodle?
Yeah, it's totally like no, don't drink, don't have sex. Don't talk to the opposite of sex. I don't know, that's not the must-have, but I'm just gonna go with that, so.
It's a good answer. It's always provided a good time, so.
Yeah.
When you're not on tour, like what's something like you do to pass the time? You know, you've been living in Carmel with the boys.
Yeah.
So what do you do either when you're with late night reading or what do you do when you're back home?
Well, ever since like my first tour back in April, in between that, like really, like I did the R5 Hollywood Ending tour. I sold merch for Hollywood Ending. Right after that, right before that, I was on the second Brian Stars tour, just like hanging out with like late night reading. And then right after the Hollywood tour, I caught back on the Brian Stars tour. I think I met you.
Yeah, that's where we first met.
Yeah, and right after that, I stayed in Carmel, and then I like. You know, I went like vacationed and then came back, we did the Exotic tour, and then I went straight back to Carmel. I just been living in Clayton's basement, and I've probably been at my own house in the past 7 months, like maybe a week.
Oh my god.
And yeah, really, I've just been, but while I'm in Carmel, like I don't just like hang out with them, like, I've been writing and like recording and doing all that fun stuff, so I just yeah, so I have my next single's already recorded and ready, so after this tour I'm gonna shoot a video for it, put that out, and just staying busy.
Well, I guess you kind of beat me on that question. So you have been in the studio. What can we kind of expect with the new single and the new music direction I guess you're going with?
It's more like, I mean, I guess Get in the Van it's pretty like alternative, but it's still kind of pop punk. It's got like more like a poppy side to it. The next single, like I think like people are gonna be completely caught off guard with it, I think. Like it's like, yeah, I have my songs and they all have like, most of them have like that edgy side to it, like to a sense, but I took more of that direction, like the new song, and it's a lot heavier, but it's still like it's, I think people are gonna dig it. I hope they dig it.
So what would be kind of like your dream tour lineup, with or without you included?
Without me.
I mean,
Okay.
you can include yourself, but just in general.
I would love to see Blink headlining.
Oh yes.
All Time Low, Brand New, Yellow Card, and Fall Out Boy.
Damn. That's kind
But like that, not that order, but you know,
Just all
like
together.
them together, and it's me like sitting there crying watching them.
I feel like if anyone went to that tour, they'd all just be crying the whole night.
Probably, those are my top 5 favorite bands. So if I saw them together, I would just cry, fangirl.
Alright, so what are some of your pet peeves?
Pet peeves. Well, I have OCD, and I'm very like particular with a lot of stuff and like organized, I'd like to say. And it sucks when like things like aren't. Like I have like things like placed, like okay, this goes here, this like, and when things are like off a little bit, I'm just like, you know what? I don't know, just stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So what, you know, are some of your guilty pleasures?
I never know how to answer this question. I mean, I get it's not like I'm pretty open about it, but I love One Direction. I've been following One Direction since like they were on X Factor. Like people are like One Direction, and like I was like, yeah, I saw their audition at X Factor. Like I love them. Like I know like almost all the words to ask your songs.
Have you heard the new record?
I haven't. No, I'm waiting for it to like officially come out because I'm a true.
It's already officially came out.
There you go. It's already out.
Is it out?
Yes, it's already out.
Well, you know what?
Good job.
Scratch
You're
that.
slacking.
I guess I'm not a true fan, but I love One Direction.
Pretty damn catchy.
And their hands.
There are some Twitters about either your body parts
Some.
or
There's
maybe just one in particular, or just like the imagined Twitters that just get really fucking raunchy. What are kind of your thoughts about those Twitters? What goes through their heads?
I haven't like put it into that far into perspective. When I saw the Imagine Timmy account, and they're probably gonna see this, but I love you. But no, when I saw that, like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was just like reading it, and I was just like, I was cringing.
They get so into detail.
They do, and I tweeted about it, and then like I came upstairs. I was like in my bedroom, and I come upstairs, and my dad has his phone open, and he's reading them in like this weird voice to my family, and he's just like reading the Imagine Timmy, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, that, and it was interesting, and then yeah, there's like probably a Twitter for every single one of my body parts.
I mean, your one testicle follows me. So
Yeah,
I feel kind of accomplished.
One Ball Timmy, that one. There's the one there's like about 10 of those ones, but there's one that like they stay on top of it. Her name's Sydney, and she's awesome.
I love her.
She is absolutely amazing. And yeah, there's like also like 7 MIH Closet Club, and they do like amazing things for me. Like her name's Mary, and she like does contests and like ships people free merch, and like it's like I absolutely like she doesn't have to do that, but she does. And it's
Just on top of things.
it's completely amazing, and like I think like but the body parts like that stuff's I think it's funny. Like I think it's and they make friends from it, so it's cool that like people can come together from that. So
Kind of leading off from that question, what is like kind of the weirdest thing you've read about yourself, like either from the Imagine Twitter or like fan fictions?
I don't read those.
Do people just tweet like really obscene, dirty, nasty shit all the time?
I don't read them. I read the first fanfic I read was actually about Brady, and they're like, yeah, read the cat. Yeah, someone was like,
I told you not to read that one.
yeah, they're like, all these people are like, what was it called?
Brady, what was it called?
What was the cat fanfic called, Brady?
Banky.
Banky.
They're like, have you read Banky? And I was like, what the fuck is Banky? And like all these
I told
people.
you not to do it.
Yeah, and there's like like the group of people like read it, and then there's one's like, don't do it. And I read it, and it was about rating his cat like having sex and making love. And I was like, this is fucked up, but it's hilarious. An EP. It'll be like 5 songs. And I'll have an EP out, hopefully like around spring or before that, and just music videos. And I've recently joined the YouTube craze thing. I've only put out 2 videos, but I'm trying.